For this story, I must note it happened when I was 15 to 18. It lasted 3.5 years. For privacy, every name was changed here. I have 2 brothers, so I'm the youngest boy. Mom manages grandpa's golf course there. We weren't rich, but not poor either. Dad, Officer Joe, was mid-rank then. Dad was a strict cop. We 3 brothers learned to respect everyone, always. Unless it's truly extreme, we do anything to protect those we love, even if it costs our lives. At 15, I ate downtown with friends there one day. Restaurant was half a mile from the high school field, so we biked over to meet. After eating, we stepped out. Suddenly my bike was missing. After checking nearby with friends, I called Dad, knowing he was off work and home. He sprinted to me. We expected him to blow up at us, but didn't. My friends biked home separately, helping search for my bike on the way. Driving home with Dad, we saw 2 men and a woman on a small street heading toward ours. 1.5 miles from the restaurant, they walked, pushing my bike. I snapped alert, yell. They stole my bike. Dad immediately pulled over. We jumped out. He made girl and boy face war, faces pressed, then slammed bike kid hard down. I snatched the bike, loaded it in the truck bed. Outnumbered 3-2, Dad said to me, "Get in. Don't let them see your face." I snapped, "Screw you." Years later, the police arrived and arrested the 3 individuals. 2.5 years later, 18, I came home after freshman year at military academy. Lessons later, around 6 p.m., I jogged on the sidewalk. A car sped by, stopped at the sign, and waited for me. Luckily, I lived nearby and remembered the car's details. It drove slowly. As I entered, they passed right then. I saw nothing wrong, just someone speeding, then slowing after spotting a nearby jogger. A week later, I finished running, came through front door into the kitchen. Big kitchen window shows driveway, yard, street. Stop. I reached the window sink to rinse my face with water when an M80-like boom hit outside. After brief silence, 3 loud bangs. I knew. Gunshots. I hit the floor, crawled to the door, grabbed our old bat, and charged out, knowing it couldn't beat a gun. Just surprise. I ran out. Car left. I recognized the car parked by the stop sign when I jogged last week. Luckily, nobody was home then. Otherwise, who knows what might have happened. Police came. I spoke. Waited for news. This town's mid-sized, so most folks know each other here. Town cops and my brothers kidded me, asking if I wanted to play hero unseen, or if I'd lost it, charging out with a bat at gunfire. Days later, police called. They'd caught shooter who hit our home. He was the guy who stole my bike 2.5 years ago. Hearing this, Dad and I exchanged looks, silent. We didn't tell Mom he was the car thief years ago, or tell him they saw me run home. In end, he got 10 years for attempted murder with weapon and attempted assault. No injuries, so no added charges. Then we lived on. In college, I became an EMT, worked weekends, graduated. At 26, I stopped by my parents' place. In the kitchen, town paper lay on table. Headline: Local woman missing. Car burned. Reading article, I got furious, nearly flipping the kitchen table. It said missing woman's boyfriend stole my bike, shot my parents' house. He wasn't arrested or charged over it then. I kept a pistol with me, except on ambulance duty. Though angry and naive, I feared he might still be stalking me too. I knew it was unlikely. Still, I worked as EMT in my state's number 2 city. And the guy who shot at our house is now serving time in prison for other crimes.
I'm going to share a scary experience I had at a video rental store. To tell this story properly, I need to give you some background first. Let me take you back to around 1997. By the way, I'm Shauma. I just turned 18 then, finished high school, and was job hunting. I wasn't sure what I wanted to study in college yet, so I thought I'd earn some money first. My mom was friends with the manager of a local video rental store, so I got a summer job there. The first few weeks were pretty normal. I learned how to use the register and how to keep the movies in the store organized. One afternoon, I was on duty at the counter when a woman walked into the store. She looked to be in her 40s, about 5'3", with messy long brown hair and some scars on her face. At first, she seemed normal, so I greeted her friendly. She waved back at me nervously. "Hi, welcome. Need help finding something? I can help." He stared at me like he couldn't grasp my words, then finally said, "Just browsing. Ignore me. I won't disturb you." I told her that if she needed anything, she could ask me for help, and then I went back to the magazine I was flipping through. 10 minutes passed. No sign of the woman at all. I waited 10 more, then felt something was off in my gut. I also noticed a continuous clicking sound, like the shutter of a disposable camera. Since it was almost closing time, I checked the security footage. I found her standing between a pair of shelves, staring at me. There she was, peeking between the shelves and just staring at me. "Sorry, ma'am. I'm closing soon tonight, so you'll need to leave now." "Oh, why so early? I really like watching you here though." "Wait, what did you just say?" "Sorry, I meant the movie, not you. My mistake." "Ma'am, why the camera now?" "Oh, I bring him everywhere. I love photos." At the end, I let him go. Then I closed the shop. The next night at work, I mentioned the creepy woman to my boss. "Oh, yes, she's been in the store before. I think I forgot to tell you. If you see him again, call the police. He once stalked an employee and broke into his home. Tell me next time, please." You wouldn't want this happening to you, right? If that's not scary enough, just wait till I tell what comes next then. That night, I was alone on shift. Nothing unusual. I was closing up again too. Before leaving, I went out back to dump trash. That's when I heard footsteps in the alley, and when I turned to look, sure enough, it was the woman from the night before. Good evening. If I can come in and stay with you a bit, even better." "Sorry, ma'am. I'm about to close the store and what she said next still shocks me to this day. "Don't be so hard to get. Don't you want to get to know me better?" Then she pulled out a knife, which sent a chill down my spine. "You know what? I'm going to make you understand that it's not right to ignore me." I ran back inside and hit the alarm. Thankfully, the back door auto-locks. He couldn't enter. Police arrived in under 10 minutes, but he'd fled. I described him. He never returned to the shop after that. Not once. But she found my house. One night, I was at a neighbor's house for dinner with my parents, and I happened to look out the window. Just then, I saw someone going through our mailbox and lingering on our front porch. It was hard to see clearly at first, but when our porch light turned on, I saw a woman trying to open our living room window. I immediately called the police, and they arrived 5 minutes later. They found the woman hiding in my dad's shed, holding an axe. That's right, it was that woman. She had actually found my home address. Thank God. That was the last I heard of him. That's the tale of the creepy stalker. Oh, I almost forgot to add one detail. He had a reason to rifle our mailbox. There were photos of me inside. He shot them at the video rental shop. I was right. He was photographing back then. He kept snapping photos every single day, plus love letters, saying he'd do anything just to be with me. But he vowed no one would ever disrupt his plan. Clearly, it was far from simple. I moved away later, but I still wanted to share this story.